In the year 2552, humanity's fate rested in the hands of a single Spartan. His name, Master Chief Petty Officer John 117. But today, his journey begins in a workshop, not a war zone. G'day everyone, Artist Wayne here and welcome to episode 1 of my Halo 3D print build. And today, I am starting with the legend himself, the Master Chief. And I will be printing all of his armour out piece by piece. And if all goes to plan, I may even get a start on the Warthog. So suit up, Spartan, and let's get printing. Armed with the latest fabrication technology, my original Prusa MK4S, I will attempt to recreate a legend layer by layer. From his iconic green armour to the roaring engine of the Warthog. And this being my second project, after printing my mighty Mad Max 2 the Road Warrior Interceptor in a whopping 1/8 scale, which I had so much fun building, and has now sent me headfirst down the rabbit hole of the 3D printing world. And since completing this project, I have learned a lot. So now it's time to jump into a new project. And just like my Interceptor, the Warthog and Master Chief are from the fantastic folks at Gambody. This time around I'm feeling way more confident using Prusa Slicer now and achieving much better print detail. The Master Chief's helmet was a 4-hour print and the body 15.5 hours. My print layer height for the Master Chief was 0.05mm, as opposed to Prusa's default setting of 0.1mm. This setting would give me far more detail with a lot less sanding. As for the Warthog, well, I'll stay with the 0.1mm setting, because just like the Mad Max 2 Interceptor, the Warthog will be damaged, scratched, and covered in dirt, mud, and blood. That's not to say the Master Chief's armour won't be battle damaged, because it will. But hopefully with the detail I was printing out now, there'd be no more print lines. My mission objectives were to print all of the Master Chief parts, try and get a start on the mighty Warthog, and of course try not to run out of filament, which incidentally I have been known to do on quite a few occasions. I was now printing day and night, feeding spools of armour plating material into my fabricator unit MK4S. The prints were flying off my heat bed and the detail was amazing. A far cry from when I first began my 3D printing journey. Gambody's Halo Master Chief 3D printable figure consists of around 15 or 16 parts. Once the majority of my Halo Master Chief parts were printed, I had the unenviable task of removing all of the support material. It's a fun job at first, but in the end does get a little tedious. And whilst all this was going on, I was planning to make a start on the Halo Warthog. This is where I quickly realised the actual size of this project. I thought my 1/8 scale Mad Max 2 the Road Warrior Interceptor was big. It measures 62 centimetres long by 26 centimetres wide. But the Halo Warthog was going to hit that out of the ballpark. The Warthog's chassis comes in 4 parts. And I would need to cut each of those quarters in half. Once cut, each part would take almost 24 hours to print. Easily the largest pieces I had printed on my Prusa MK4S. Now I was on to one of the most important and pivotal jobs yet. The Master Chief's helmet, or more importantly, the visor. This is a pivotal moment I need to get the Master Chief's visor colour right. This is what will make this model really come to life. And this will be my base for when I hit only the visor with a good coat of high gloss clear lacquer to get that mirror-like finish. So whilst I added layers and layers of colour, it was time to assemble my Master Chief. Instead of painting individual parts and then gluing it all together, I decided to paint the whole model once assembled. I planned on giving it a matte black base coat and then working from there. And do you remember my mission objectives? Well, I could now tick off objectives 1 and 2. But as for 3, well, I'm embarrassed to say that I did run out of filament. Well, technically I didn't run out of filament, but I ran out of filament on the spool that I was using. I did have some backup, but do you think I could pause the print, change the filament and resume printing? No, I couldn't. And it was after my Prusa had spent 8 hours printing a piece. What a waste. Well, I'm printing part of the chassis to the Halo Warthog in clear filament, simply because I ran out of black filament and it looks like I'm going to run out of clear. But hopefully I don't make the same mistake as I did yesterday. There's the remnants of the black print. Instead of just pausing the print, I stopped it. I made the mistake of stopping it. A rookie mistake. And I should have just let the machine run out of filament and ask for a new roll. Anyway, you live and learn. The trouble was I was doing more learning than living. And now it looked like I was going to run out of clear filament. I did have some backup, so hopefully I could make the change without losing another print. Here we go again, I'm probably going to run out of filament. Well, I f***ed that up. And I'm not wasting it. So I am trying to print the rest of it. We'll just see how we go. Oh, the trials and tribulations of 3D printing. It was easy when I printed the Master Chief, but the Warthog's parts are just huge. So it's a lot easier to miscalculate on how much filament I'm actually going to use. Chassis to the mighty Warthog. And because I had already failed with one piece, I wasn't going to waste this. So I sliced and diced it in Prusa, and I'm so close. I'll just give the whole thing just a clean up. I'll give that surface a clean up, and I reckon that will be perfect. More filament arrived, so I continued printing more chassis parts and adding more layers to the Master Chief's visor. Would adding high gloss enamel give me the desired effect? Well, I certainly hoped so. Right, I gave the visor a gloss coat. Can't say I'm entirely happy with it. I'm going to give it another coat and see how that comes out. And then I'll probably paint the helmet just to see how it all looks. And if that doesn't work, I will need to think of something else. 3 heavy coats of clear lacquer. So only time will tell if that's going to really pop. I probably could have gone a little darker with that yellow gold colour, but we'll see how it goes. Now I added a base coat of matte black, which would give me a better idea on how the Master Chief's visor would actually look. Ultimately, what I was after was that iconic gold reflective look we all know as soon as we see it. The most standout part that is synonymous with the Master Chief himself. And it was turning out to be a very tough thing to achieve. Print finished early this morning. Now I was starting to see just how big my Halo Warthog was going to be. And just look at that. That is the size difference between the 1/8 scale Mad Max Interceptor and what I've printed now so far of the mighty Halo Warthog. That is only half the Warthog. Gonna be huge. Massive. As for the Master Chief's visor, well, I still wasn't happy. And that's when I came up with a new idea. Alright, I'm here with my Master Chief, and I have to say, I'm not entirely happy with the visor. And then it got me thinking. In fact, I've woken up this morning because I do most of my brilliant thinking when I'm asleep. And I thought, well, yesterday I'd noticed this paintbrush, and I thought, oh, now that's the sort of thing that would look fantastic as the Master Chief visor. So I could ruin a paintbrush and try and use this beautiful gold metal, but that might be difficult. Then I found this in a Christmas box. Now that's just like stickable contact, so I might try and use that if it fits. Or there's this Christmas ball, and that too would look fantastic. Anyhow, that is no good. I want this kind of look, a full-on metallic look, to really make that visor come alive and pop. Update, I've just used the tape, that just crappy tape off that little blowy thing, which isn't too bad at all. I'm not saying it's perfect, but that would look good. So that's the look we want, but it has to be perfect. But that's really getting there now. Imagine if the helmet was painted. So it's a little bit crinkly, so we need to do better. Right, I got the big guns out. That's where we're at. And I just used one of those little party blow things, but I cut a bit too much off the top, and being a perfectionist, I'm going to have to do another one. Using the heat gun was the go, and after 6 or 7 attempts, I finally got there in the end. Now it was time to paint the Master Chief's helmet to see how it all looked. A bit of deep green, dandelion yellow, matte black and titanium white should do the trick. Using the matte black as my base coat basically allowed me to continually dry brush my layers of green until I had the desired effect. The Master Chief's visor looked fantastic, and seeing it was just scrap tape I found in the shed, well, it was a win-win. Mission status, success. Spartan armour assembly, complete. Helmet and visor, combat ready. Ground vehicle fabrication, 75% progress. Fabricator unit MK4S remains at peak efficiency. What an epic start to my Halo build series. The Master Chief assembly is almost complete, helmet's painted, and check out that visor shine. Warthog chassis, almost done. I'm printing parts as we speak. A few more parts and this beast will be rolling. Next mission, full-scale Warthog deployment from suspension to firepower. This build is about to go into overdrive. Episode 2 is going to be insane. I'll be painting the Master Chief and finishing more of the Warthog, adding details and getting this legendary UNSC vehicle ready for battle. You do not want to miss this. I'm artist Wayne Dowsand, and thanks for watching, everyone.